Well, it seems like we have a little further to go here, so we're going to do another section of this. Um, Purposefulness, againstness, probability, possibility. I had a student way back when I was tutoring in the Economic Opportunity Program that the program was to bring people from underprivileged educational areas and into the University of California and give them the support they needed to actually then be able to participate in the university. So I was tutoring this young black woman, of course I was a young white man at the time, but anyway, she was a little bit younger than I was. Um, anyway, so she'd come from this, been an A student, of course, in this black high school from the South, and but she was having trouble passing the English competency exam, subject A exam. And so she came in for tutoring, and I somehow ended up to be her tutor. And so for some reason I looked at this through this lens of what is a human being? What is it? Who are in their wholeness? Do I focus on this one academic thing and try to teach them grammar, teach this person grammar? Or is the grammar already there and it's arranged in such a way, somehow how they understand themselves as a person, how they know themselves, that in which they're not able to access it in terms of the English test, competency test they have to take. It's merely a matter of perception and not really a matter of not knowing the information. So I decided to draw her out in a certain way. So, you know, this business about writing essays is just a natural thing. It's the way we do life. So I had her start telling me, like, tell me about when you and your friends go out. You know, you get together, you just talk about where to go. So that's the first part of the essay, and then you go do it, and you explore the adventure, and then you, after that's over, you end up either that night or the next day, kind of reflecting on that day and form a debriefing about that, and that's the end of the essay. So just tell me about, you know. So with that in mind, I had her start off on, well, tell me about when you and your friends went out. So she started off, and it really kind of took her over. And you know, we might see a chair as something to sit in, but a chair could have a deeper purpose. In this case, for her, it was a stage. After talking a few minutes, 5 or so, maybe 10, she stood up on the chair and began to talk as if she was addressing a large audience and just entranced. And I said, "Oh, that's pretty remarkable." So finally she was done. I said to her, I think we're finished. Go take the test. Well, I didn't see her again, so I assumed she passed the test. I saw her a year later and asked her how she was doing and what she was up to, and it was, I guess, towards the end of the spring semester. She was very excited. She says, well, I became an English major, and one of my special areas is Shakespeare, and I'm part of a group that was selected to go to England this summer and actually be part of the Shakespeare theater there. So when we approach ourselves in these things, it's do we have the capacity to really move into a consciousness of change and to bring spirit into business, to be transformative leaders. Of course, but we do have to rearrange our consciousness to do this. So I'd like to wrap up with a meditation for this. So it's always good to practice moving into this awareness of each other in this at a more transcendent level in this virtual space, and start to touch ourselves and each other at that space, and to appreciate this bigger a way we have of collaborating, and how when we go into this timeless part of ourselves, there's also a unity between us that begins to occur, and out of that we are greatly multiply our capacity to bring things together in a new way, to see things in a new way, to connect with life and its the mystery it wants to tell us. So let's just close our eyes again and shift inside. And again, just reach up inside to that great energy that's our high self, and breathe that into our body. Say, yes, this I am. This I am. I'm this love. I'm this Christ. I'm this Buddha. I'm this Lao Tse. I'm this access into loving. I'm this expression of Source. Yes, this I am. And I'm also this being of earth that has a body and has an ego and has a personality and has it connected to earth. So yes, I am this also, and I am this cohort of Gaia, this intelligent earth. And in collaboration with this movement of sustainability, I enter into conversation with this spirit of the earth. Not as a projection of my inadequacies, but to know how we are meant to work together. We are on this planet, however we came here, to work together. And I am also this divine being who came here to work this out, together with earth, together with heaven, and all the other expressions through each individual that composes humanity. I'm this also. So I have a way, it is my way, to relate to all beings. In my againstness, I separate and I don't know this. So I look at all the ways of my againstness. When I see the misuse of power, or things done in my name that are not really for me, I can know that. I can know the dark side. But I know that in my deepest nature, I am all, and I encompass this somehow. And so I can wrap around myself around it and relate to it in a way where the darkness won't know what to do with me, because I am living in the loving, and so I'm for all things. And in that, there is an insight, an intuition of how everything is a stepping stone to a fulfillment of a deep positive purpose. So my perception goes for what is that? What is the sensitivity and the level of dialogue that I need to develop with each other, of course, physically when we're present together, virtually and spiritually when we're not together, So when I'm walking down the street, I'm walking on a sidewalk, or a pathway, or I'm walking through a field, I look up at the sky, I look at what's around me, and there's all is life. All is alive. Well, if it's alive, I can talk to it. And each thing has its level of sentience. Now you may see a plant and say, how smart is a plant? But then there's a energy field behind the plant that sustains the plant. And then there's a deeper consciousness. So at some level, you're going to find a pretty intelligent being there, as George Washington Carver did, if you pursue it. So let's practice this, first in our imagination now. I knew this man who would talk to buildings, and he would apologize to the building for all the ways that he was a Ho'oponopono teacher, and he would apologize to the building for all the misuses people had done to the building. And in this way he would cleanse it. See? So we're in a cleansing process with ourselves, with our immediate environment. We may see something or hear something across the planet. How does that affect us? First we must act in the locality we're in and begin to clean that up. And that is a microcosm. And that's part of the whole. So when we take care of our little plot, see, it changes the whole. How many of those do we do to tip the balance? My theory is 10%. So we're always doing our 10%. And this is one of those ancient spiritual principles, that when we do our 10%, whatever this great spirit is that's living through everything, that has the deepest source to everything, it really does cooperate. It really is just supporting us in our evolution. So how we choose our world and our universe will always be met. So when you think of the sad things or issues in your life, or your limitations or the confusions, allow that to be served with transformation. Allow your bigger self to step in and engage in a greater way, where the limitation becomes the choice for the expansion. So everything becomes moving forward and moving bigger. So it's always good to connect with everybody in the cohort. And it's always good to come into one accord with each other. And it's always good then to use that as a vessel and say to the greatest consciousness that is, oh, just fill us with your love. Fill us with your wisdom. Open our perception so that each element of creation is open to our dialogue, whether it be human or plant, whether it be a cloud, whether it be an adversary or a rock. All of it has something to say. Bless us.